Good day, mates. That's the tone that we're setting on today's podcast. If you know the Downbeat podcast, you'll know friends of Australia, really. A lot of Australians on there, a lot of Aussies. UK, if you're American and you don't know history, right, no offence, then basically UK, we had loads of criminals, and then we were like, what should we do with all these criminals? And then we just chucked them to Australia. Now, admittedly, when they got there, you know, we had to get rid of some people. It's very bad. It's a very bad time, okay? It's stolen land, essentially, yeah. So that's my view on that. So we're very political in the first 42 seconds there. So let's roll that back a little bit and just say, are you watching this early on patreon.com/Downbeat? Sounds pretty cool. What else do you get? Well, you might have that cool new Downbeat merch drop early, 24 hours early, so that it sells out because I'm too scared to print more than 100 of everything. You might have those early, you might have this episode early, you might have the odd giveaway. Yeah, giveaways are coming. Oh, big time, boy and girl and MB. The giveaways are coming. Just give me a quid, it's £1. £1. And then ideally, give me a quid and forget about it and just leave it rolling on so I can pay Simon, the editor, who so far this episode has not had to edit anything. So I'm hemorrhaging money for no reason. All he has to do is shine it up and make it look like that. He is good. He is good. My guests. Wait, before I talk about my guests, I already said you could go to www.thedownbeat.at, so it spells Downbeat, and you could get a t-shirt or a hoodie or shorts. Are the shorts out yet? If the shorts are out, buy the shorts. There's a US store. It ships from Los Angeles, California. If you're going to moan like, oh, how long is shipping? How far do you live away from that? That's how long. There's a UK store. It ships from Los Angeles, Reading, England. How long is that going to take to ship? However long it takes. Bruv, give me a break. My guest this week. That's the plugs out the way. Let's talk about my guests. My guests this week are Alpha Wolf. Right, we got Mitch and we got Sabian. Yes, his name is Sabian. They were in town. I watched them. They're really good. They're one of those bands that they used to come on after, whenever I finish a metalcore album, Alpha Wolf would come on and I go, what is this? It's awesome. Guess what? It's always Alpha Wolf. We had a little chat about why that happens and whether or not they paid for that to happen. I'm not going to tell you if they did or they didn't. You can find out in about 11 minutes if you just keep listening to the podcast. What else did we talk about? It was cool. It was a cool chat. Can't really remember what we talked about. Talked about why Sabian's called Sabian. Talked about his vlogging. Talked about Australia. Talked about business, TikTok, social media. Why is their band so heavy? That's about it. We did just basically carry on. If you're watching it on YouTube, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment saying, you ramble too much, you idiot, your hair looks absolutely rubbish. Leave that comment. 2 or 3 more comments, probably a bit nicer, to make me feel a bit nicer. And then head on over to display.com, one of the sponsors of the Downbeat podcast, to pick up a lovely metal poster. Do you like metal as in horns up metal? And do you like metal as in, hello, the material metal? Then Display is the place for you. They make metal posters. Very high quality. You can get a 3D printed frame around them. You can see the ones in the background with me right now. Look like they've got frames. That's actually 3D printed. I didn't frame that up. I'm too lazy. Have you got a landlord? Yes. All landlords are cowards. Yes, that is a fact. But are they going to chew your ear off about how you can't put holes in the walls? Well, they're magnetic. We're living in the future. Put them up with a magnet. What's your hobby? I guarantee you, go to display.com, put in, this is my hobby. Oh, I like dogs with hats on. Boom, you're getting a poster, right? Use the code Downbeat. All one word, Downbeat. You can get 20% off 1 to 2 displays. You can get 30% off 3 or more. I got 8 in my house. For those 8 that I have, they have planted 8 trees. They've planted 18 million trees so far. That's probably a forest by now, isn't it? I don't know. Go, display.com. Use the code Downbeat. Support me, support the podcast. Let's have a little chat to Mitch and Sabian from Alpha Wolf on the Downbeat podcast. Hey guys,
Hello.
Yo.
welcome to the United Kingdom. Can you please introduce yourselves and what you do in the band Alpha Wolf?
I'm Mitch, and I play drums in Alpha Wolf.
I'm Sabian, and I'm the guitarist of Alpha Wolf.
And what cymbals do you play?
Vinyl.
Not Sabian.
No.
Your name is legitimately Sabian. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Your name's legitimately Sabian. That's
My dad's a drummer, and he timed my mum's contractions on a Sabian watch.
No fucking way.
Yeah. And then I took up drums for a little bit and didn't like it.
Whoa, that's a shame. I mean, it's kind of better though, because if your name was like ESP.
Yeah.
Did you play Sabian? Cymbals?
No, I didn't.
No?
I liked Minor too.
Oh.
Weird.
Let me tell
Back
you,
then, too. That's a long time ago.
fuck Minor.
I was scared to say it.
No, it's fine. I like the cymbals. They're fine. They're fine. How long's this tour? How is it?
20 shows. It's been good.
What are you on?
Show 8 today?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was 7. Yeah.
Where was yesterday?
Leeds Key Club sold out.
Tonight's sold
It was a
out as
vibe.
well.
Tonight was sold out,
Yeah.
UK loves it. UK's awesome.
You guys like blew the fuck up.
It's a lot of hard work.
I mean, it is a lot of hard work.
Like we started 10 years ago and we done 5 years of nothing. And then
we're doing 5 years of nothing. You can't just pick a band name and do nothing.
I feel like I've told this story so many times, but you haven't heard it. So
I haven't heard it, and there'll be many listeners that haven't heard it.
So we started the band, myself and John, our bass player, in Tasmania. There's not really a music scene there, and our goal at the time...
Psychroptic. Are they from Tasmania?
Yeah, they are. They're the biggest export.
Yeah. Big up Psychroptic.
Until Alpha Wolf. Sorry, Psychroptic.
Carry on.
So, yeah, we started the band, and our goal at the time was to leave Tasmania, play a show in Melbourne. That's the big goal that all Tasmanian bands want to do, and we did that. And then we moved to Melbourne, and then we wanted to tour the East Coast, and we did that. And then we want to tour internationally. That took us like 7 years. 5 years
How
of just
much music is out at this point?
It was real funny. I think we'd put out about 10 songs as Alpha Wolf until one day we travelled to see a Muir play. And at that day, we were like, all right, scrap everything. Because it was Your Demise hardcore. It was like...
Really?
It was all these different genres. We were trying to find our feet, what we liked. And we saw a Muir. And we decided on that day that we are to write heavy music and solely be a heavy band. And now we've branched out a little bit. We get sad a bit and whatnot. But like...
Gets out a bit.
Yeah, so we were like, let's go home, write an EP, put out an EP that's all heavy music, good artwork, etc., and properly become a band.
What year is this, roughly?
This is 2015. We put out our first proper thing and deleted everything off the internet.
Nice, good move.
That was pre that EP, and that was the start of heavy Alpha Wolf.
And then, how many records between then and now?
After that...
Real life records.
Real life
Not
records.
an EP.
All right, so...
2 albums.
Yeah, 2 albums.
Yeah.
2 albums.
That's pretty good.
We're on
though.
our second album, and we're headlining sold out UK shows.
So, like, I remember always seeing the band and always just saying, oh, an EP. Oh, an EP.
Yep.
Oh, an EP. Just got a new EP. You just did 2 new EPs. Correct?
2 songs on a split EP.
Still an EP.
Yeah.
And then...
But you got to play Spotify, man. You got to put out songs and just...
I'm into it. The new game in the system thing. I think EPs are coming back. I had so much of a conversation with so many people about how, like, press agents are all fucking old people.
Yeah.
No offense, all of you. Please continue to let me get people on here. But like, maybe not even press agents. The press.
Yeah.
Are all people who are just like, oh well, it's not an album, so we're not really gonna do anything with it. But it's like, motherfucker, I don't need to be in a magazine anymore.
I remember there was this weird limbo period before Spotify, and we're trying to get our singles submitted for review, and all reviewers are like, no. It was before React channels and all of that. No one would do a write-up for a single for obvious reasons. Why would you?
Yeah.
But now we're in Spotify world where you can put out one song, it can get reacted to 20, 50, 100 times, and that itself is PR. So singles, EPs.
Here's a question. Did you ever juice it because you can tell me, because your band came up all the fucking time until Throne came out.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
Alpha
yeah.
Wolf. It was, and I've actually learned the ins and outs of this system now, and it's not as bad as I thought it was. It is, if anyone doesn't know, you sign away like 20% of the royalties on whatever song gets pushed.
Yeah.
That thing. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
now,
Never
like,
did that.
see,
We've asked our labels like how, because maybe we should.
oh, honestly, like
Yeah.
now I heard it's 20%. I'm like, I'll give 20% away for that.
But somehow our biggest song fell into that somewhere.
Got
Somehow,
added to that like heavy metal workout playlist.
yeah, it's on some
It
weird
went off.
playlist.
yeah, that's a good
and
playlist though.
Yeah, it was a big one.
It had my brain ticking because we put out a single maybe a month after that had a cool ambient intro for about 30 seconds, and then it slams. If you're skipping through a playlist and something takes 30 seconds to hit, skip it.
Is the big one the one that begins with A? I can't pronounce the word.
Akudama, yeah. So as soon as you
what
hit
does that
play,
word mean?
it means bad guy or villain in Japanese.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So as soon as you hit play on that song, it bangs. It goes straight into it, no fucking around. And we think that maybe ticked something in an algorithm that people are instantly interested because right off the rip, it's ripping.
It is a ripping song. Big gym anthem.
Yeah, so that's I don't want to write to Spotify. I don't want to be like our songs have to hit on go because we still just want to write good music.
Yeah.
But in my head, it's like I think a song with an ambient intro that takes a while to hit probably won't take off in a playlist.
It's interesting.
As a heavy band, there's so many bands that sound like us.
Yeah, well, I think we put out 5 singles and it was good to see the difference in each. But in saying that, when we wrote Akudama and we were showing our friends demos, it was always the first one we'd show people because we knew it was like a good song.
Yeah.
It just had something that's like, you need to listen to this song we just wrote.
And and it like piqued my interest as well, probably for the same thing coming up on that playlist, and it would come up after other bands, and I'd be like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I'd look, it's always that song, and it was always these guys. And I was like, "Okay, I'm in on this band." How do you? Because I don't have like a genre of music that I just only listen to.
Yeah.
But my criteria with music is it has to be. My only criteria is it has to be either incredibly emotional or incredibly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And by that ridiculous, I mean like deathcore is not. I fucking love deathcore, but it's like I'm not listening to it because I don't want to hear the lyrics about the fucking breakup or something. I want the lyric about fucking someone
intense,
breaking every single bone in someone's body. Yeah, it's like it doesn't take itself seriously. But what genre are you calling Alpha Wolf yourselves?
I think new metalcore is the closest.
We get thrown into new metalcore, but generally it's metalcore. I feel like we can get put onto a metalcore bill and be the heaviest band on the bill.
Yeah.
These headline shows are different because we get to showcase our softer songs because sometimes we will slow it down and sometimes we'll attempt to sing and do that sort of thing, but generally it's breakdowns. We love new metal, so we'll try and throw some DJ scratches in there. Like new metal beats, we just want people to bop, have a good time.
Need some upbeat metalcore.
Yeah.
Bouncy
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
How many people in the band?
5. A real bass
Classic,
player.
real
bass
player.
player.
You know me so well.
Yeah, let's go.
Real bass back. When are you getting rid of him? Real bass. So the scratching's obviously
Track.
Yeah.
But it was
acceptable. Don't
recorded
worry.
by a
Don't worry.
fan. He done a DJ cover of one of our songs that didn't have DJ scratches in it. And we're like, that's so cool. Here's the song we're working on. Can you scratch over this? And he sent us like 5 different versions. We found the one that we liked the most. And it's authentic.
What
and
track is that on?
Acid Romance. Real bouncy one. Just goes into DJ scratches.
Yeah, we put DJ scratches on. It's coming back. We're on the last track on our last record.
I remember before that I used to scratch on the strings and it doesn't sound as cool.
Give it a little thing. Yeah, and then like having, because you haven't got like orchestral shit or anything.
Not yet.
I mean, I like that shit, but I mean, you know that when it comes to doing like whenever you have to do like a wow headliner, like I imagine it being in Australia, like you can get that person in.
Of course.
Thing.
We just watched Parkway do that at Knotfest.
We did.
They had a whole, like, string quartet with them.
Oh yeah,
It was so sick.
Yeah.
They were getting into it too.
We have guest vocalists that are just friends of ours, not people we've hired because they're big or whatever. Just friends like Lucas from Holding Absence. Haven't been able to perform with him yet. Also a friend, Lizzie from the Beautiful Monument in Australia. She performs with us a lot. Whenever she's at the show in town, one day we might tour her just for the one song, and I'd like to do that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
When we have more money.
yeah, when we can afford more flights.
Yeah.
How many people do you play to in Australia?
I don't know, 1,000.
We are only playing Australia like 4 times this year. Notfest 3 shows and Unify 1 show because we've played a lot
Yeah.
and we need to starve them.
Is that your biggest market?
No,
What's your biggest market?
USA.
Is it? Oh, do you know how many times we've been get to the last part of like getting put forward for a tour and you guys get it? It's happened like 3 times.
I'm sorry.
Which no, it's fine because it's like one of those things where we just like, who got it? And it's like Alpha Wolf, and we're like, yeah, fair enough.
Right.
Which is weird though, because we're not like anything similar, really.
Yeah. So our agents have said we've skipped steps.
Yeah.
We've done 3 completed tours there. 1 doesn't count because it got cancelled due to COVID.
Yeah.
Going there for our 4th at the end of the year, and each time it's a huge another level on what the last one was.
It's not a headliner at the end of the year.
No.
I know exactly what the tour is because we were. It was. It got to you. It got to you and us.
Damn.
And I was like, I mean, it would be sick. Just take us both.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, you're gonna have such a lovely time.
Woohoo!
So what's your headline numbers in the States? Don't tell me the actual numbers, but like, what venues would you play in the States? Because I don't know.
We only had like a 2-week gap where we could do it, and we couldn't play all the same markets that we'd just done.
Yeah, we done a Midwest headliner
Yeah.
in Jacksonville,
Kentucky,
Grand Rapids, and they were like 200 to 300. Couple sold out, but on a new album next year, we'll headline probably the same rooms that we did with Polaris last
but
year.
I think we're aiming for that.
Yeah.
500 to 600. I think we're aiming for.
Are you doing festivals this year?
Only the one that's routed around the tour that we're doing.
Yeah, Blue Ridge is already announced.
Interesting. We're not on that one. Annoying. Oh,
Really?
no, we should be on that. No, we did Blue Ridge last year. And it was fucking sick.
So did we. They get bands back like 2 years in a row.
I saw that. I saw it. I think Bad Omens played it last year, and they're playing it this year. Probably on
they'll
the
be like-
fucking headlining. Probably headlining the stage.
Yeah.
Without like, obviously, because I was like, oh, you guys blew up, and you were like, actually, we've been going for fucking 10 years. But you did blow up.
Yeah, we
right.
did.
Yeah.
And
We like to think it's hard work and
It is hard
good
work.
songwriting. Like
you're not blowing up for no reason.
good marketing, good songwriting, hard work,
Yeah, it's not a diss.
the right team, the
Don't
right
worry.
everything. Yeah,
Don't worry.
There was a lineup change there too.
Yeah,
I'm
lineup
not-
change. You're right. Better drummer.
2 lineup
Much better
changes.
vocalist.
Yeah.
Better drummer. I'm not gonna go down there for you. I'll do
thanks.
that. Listen, you wouldn't be in the chair if I wasn't on the fucking team.
Hey.
I'm on the team. I'm on Alpha Wolf team. Do you? So you did blow up. Do you think during? This is a conversation I have all the time with everyone because I feel like you put out your best stuff either just before or during COVID.
Yep.
And then you have this like, and the same is true for Spirit Box. The same is true for Bad Omens. The same is true for Lorna Shore.
Yep.
And I think what happened is the bands put out their best stuff, but then also what you had is this like all these new kids that have maybe not even been to a show or been to a heavy show get into this new band to them because the stuff's really good and it just gets to them. And then they can't go and see the band, and it just they like fizzing and they can't. And then COVID went away ish, and then fucking all these bands just went because everyone is just desperate to see you.
There were bands that decided to still work when there weren't shows, and I think those bands have grown from that. We saw the US touring market was filled with us Holding Absence, Thornhill, almost cycling the tours because we were bands at our level that put out good music. at the start of 2020 or at the end of 2020, whenever it was.
And we couldn't get into the country.
Yeah, we couldn't get in the country. So as soon as
2
the
years.
gates opened up, we were the first ones out. And some bands kind of just, put the brake on for a bit so they didn't get the tour offers. And the bands that were still working and hopeful for the world to open up kind of reaping the rewards now.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't write music for 6 months.
Yeah. Well, ours was good. Ours was ready to go. So I guess that's probably the difference. We didn't.
Yeah, we literally pushed it back like 6 months.
Yeah.
Because of the
It was
pandemic.
ready to go. We started a Patreon. We were like going hard on that. Just making digital content, releasing our tabs, releasing live videos that aren't quite good enough for YouTube because it's GoPros and anything we could do for that. So we were busy, even though we couldn't tour. We even ran a pop-up shop for 3 days.
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
that was fun. Done our biggest,
Australia?
Yeah, biggest merch drop we could. Our fans got to come hang out at that. We couldn't perform because it wasn't legal, but we got to sell merch and see people and just do something that other bands weren't doing. Hired out a proper retail store, shop fittings and cool things like
that's
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that your brain? I see the fits.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
the fit.
yeah.
I see
Look,
the stage supreme.
It was fun. It was fun. So we've wanted to do it again, but now that we're touring almost 200 days of the year, it's too hard to organise. Because that killed us mentally doing the pop-up shop. We ran it ourselves. We were selling the stuff ourselves. We didn't...
Yeah, I thought about it for the Downbeat and I looked into like the logistics and I was like, nope.
Well, I didn't want to have us behind like a glass wall where you could take a photo with us and that's that. It's like, no, we're going to sell you the merch. We're going to sign whatever you want and print it all out.
When was that in the pandemic? Like beginning, end,
I think that was
middle?
start of 2021. Our lockdown was 2 years. So
Yeah, and you were, I feel like, were you either late to start lockdowns or there's something happened? Because I remember seeing a festival and being like, what the fuck? Everyone, you're having a festival? Or was that New Zealand? Somewhere had a festival.
I don't think we had a festival. We were locked down for yonks, ages.
Yeah.
Scotland was
there's-
bad as well.
Yeah, I'm in a different city to these guys, but they were locked down for like 2 years straight. And everything where I was fine, but we couldn't have gigs.
Yeah.
So-
Actually, yeah, when we done the pop-up shop, so there was this whole thing circulating around if someone from Mitch's city got COVID, he'd have to then hide in a hotel for the day in Melbourne until he was cleared of COVID. So he missed a full day of the pop-up shop because it's
Yeah.
like one person in Brisbane has got COVID.
I think it was somebody at the airport around the same time I
Yeah,
left.
so any Brisbane visitors in Melbourne have to go isolate now until you are cleared of COVID.
And then even then, it didn't even work. Even with that,
No.
I don't want to. I
It was
just don't
silly,
want
yeah.
to. I just
Yeah.
don't want to talk about it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you get this big push
Yep.
from from hard work, 10 years of hard work plus writing good
A
music
lucky single.
in the pandemic.
A lucky single.
A lucky single.
That helps too.
Wait, that's the lucky single that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a good music video.
Yeah. That's what I tell people. You need a viral moment. We've had a couple of those.
What's your other viral moments?
We called out crowd killing
Did you?
and called out merch cuts. We were one of the first public big caller outs of merch cuts.
What? Run me through both of these.
So
things.
I film every show with 2 GoPros either side. Well, 1 GoPro either side. 2 GoPros every show. And if something happens, I can turn that into a TikTok reel.
Right, got it.
So we played this venue in Vancouver on the infamous drugs illegal street, and we're kind of miserable that day because of that.
Oh,
Hastings Street.
I know exactly
Yeah.
what street
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Our green room was super hot or cold.
Yeah, like
Something unlivable.
there was
Is it
no
the- was
aircon
it
in the venue.
The theatre.
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember that one.
So-
And it's almost like it's in an attic to get
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
back.
Yeah. And
Lucky-
somebody put the heater on during the day, so it was like 30 something degrees.
Yeah, we were
It was
all
crazy.
cranky. Lucky, our vocalist, very cranky. We're hearing about all these merch cuts going on. They're lying to us about their rate, and we're looking at our contract being like, no, that's not right. And on stage, he's like, wow, these motherfuckers are going to take 20% of our merch, and we can't even breathe in our own fucking green room. What the fuck? And they're going to cut our sound and do all this shit because we're calling it out. And then I put it on my vlog, gave Lucky the video, he put it on his Instagram. And that's when we realized that our fans don't know it existed.
Yeah.
And the venues are trying to tell us we're not allowed to talk about it, but it's like, well, we can. If you're practicing that, why aren't we allowed to tell our fans? that's where their money's going. So that went viral in great support of everyone. And then now everyone's talking about it. Like every second band's.
What's your solution to the merch cut thing? Because people don't know that it's been happening in America forever. But the UK is only recently like.
Well, for us, it's the size of venues. You only see it in the bigger venues. So the smaller local bands that are probably grumpier don't know about it because they're still playing the 300 to 500 cap where it's non-existent. It's when it's the 1,000 plus caps, and it's a thing that you can't escape. There's not really a solution. You want to be smart and do a click and collect out of the van or something.
Yeah, everybody says that. Sell from the van.
Do you know what annoys me more than because I moan about merch cuts all the time.
Yeah.
What annoys me more than the moaning about merch cuts, which I do it myself and it does fucking annoy me anyway, is the fucking solutions.
Yeah.
Everyone posting like it's their big idea. Like, why don't the band get a cut of the bar? Like, no. It's not going to happen.
I think our best solution is continuing to lie about the figures.
You can only do it in America, though.
No.
In the UK, they make you use their sellers.
Nope.
What's your... Yeah, okay. So I knew you had a solution.
I think the best one I come up with...
At least not the venues we're playing.
One venue was like, we're going to look at your card sales. And normally, they don't ask. They just ask for a verbal figure, and that's it.
Yeah.
They wanted proof of the card sales. So I'm like, look, I can Photoshop it, but if they swipe my phone, they'll say it's a photo. We can make a new account and only sell between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 p.m., but maybe they'll see that's
fucking genius.
So they're still going, they're still going. And I was
around.
like, okay, here's the solution I've come up with. We're headlining, was it like a 1,500 cap room or something, 1,000 cap room, Sydney?
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere, I won't say the venue name.
Oh, yeah.
And my genius idea was to log into the openers account.
Kind of insulting.
So,
still fun.
So I was like, we will pay the fee on their numbers, which is a fraction of our numbers. And let them touch the phone. They can hold it. They can swipe through any screen they want and see sales throughout the entire
Did you give the openers a little bung for doing this? Did you?
Well, we bought that band to Australia, so they were happy to be there and just happy to.
So you
party.
just
So that was my solution.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's so clever.
So we're very deceptive with that.
The venue also tried to charge us to use their trestle tables.
Yeah. See, in the UK, what they do is what happened was a company, I'm not going to say their name, the company that owns all of the venues and Saudi Arabia, so they sold 500 million of their shares to Saudi Arabia in the pandemic. They sold their merch rights and effectively our merch rights to a separate company who in the UK, in their venues, they force you to use these people to sell your merch as whatever. So they're not only are they not invested in selling your stuff because it's not theirs.
Yeah.
They don't care. So there's like multiple times in this last one we just did. One booth, 3 bands. Massive line for the headliner. Obviously, it's their show. But the person who's supposed to be doing our merch doesn't care or know what they're flogging. So they will just try and make the line shorter so they can go home and pull people to the back so people aren't buying stray merch because they're buying other people's merch. So like I don't know what the solution is other than...
You need to pay someone $20 to go up to the merch booth and just steal a box. Like, there's 100 shirts missing. We must have sold them.
my thing is...
Not a bad idea.
Like your count out, you're missing 100 shirts.
This is how I think it's going to end in for that company in particular, which I won't say what it is, but you know what it is. You can quickly Google it. I think there'll be something else because there's big dirty on that company.
Yeah.
There's big. I think they'll do a classic news move. Something stinky will come out because they happen to own like a ticketing company or something. Something stinky will come out about that company that's so bad and such bad press, and they'll spin it by saying we're getting rid of merch cuts.
Yeah, like it's some fucking charity.
Yeah,
but
and everyone will be talking about that
money
instead.
Yeah.
You're welcome to the idea, company. You know who you are. Why don't you just do it?
Yeah.
We're starting to see one by one venues are dropping it off. Or the talk is it's only going to be the headliners.
Yeah,
at a lesser
independent
rate.
ones.
And that's only good for everyone.
Yeah.
We're starting to get into the territory of having to have vendor sellers on tour.
That's
because
the one.
Yeah, so my brain's ticking.
I'm saying, what's your plan? Because you've got plans.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
You could buy the seller out from the inside. You could find
a
out
good
who's going to
idea.
be the seller.
Americans
contact them,
love tips.
Yeah.
and be like, what's going on? What's going on there? Oh, what were you... I was about to say something. Oh, but you said that headliner only, paying the fee or whatever. On that last run we did, a lot of the Euro venues were just like a flat fee for the whole thing. Beartooth just paid it every time. It was so sick. They were just
That's
like,
nice.
we're going to take the fee.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
that's fucking. And a couple of times actually it was Beartooth and Motionless, and like Motionless paid for us.
Yeah.
Or because we had to, there wasn't enough space for us, and Motionless bought another space and then let us have it. It was like, what a nice fucking.
Some
good.
bands can be nice.
It's nice touring with those bands.
Yeah.
Speaking of being nice, he's striking tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
always.
what a fucking
Yeah.
guy.
I got it from.
Yeah,
we-
tell them.
Yeah, we did a tour with August Burns Red in Australia, and JB hit me up to drum tech for him because they couldn't bring their drum tech out. So I was like just hanging out with them for the week, and they were like, yeah, if we ever play a headliner, if there isn't 12 or 13 feet of space in front of the drum riser, then we strike. That's it. And they played like some of the bigger venues in Australia where they very well could have just left their shit up, but they didn't. And so it's like, yes, I'm going to do that.
I'm the same. It's like someone did it to me like, you know how bad it is to play in
Yeah,
front
it's
of, like,
fucked.
and it not even bad for you. The singer's got even less space, and then that breaks into your space and all that stuff. So like, I've played bad shows, stuff like that, and I was just in my head, I was just like, I'll never do that to anyone. And one time I didn't do it was a London show, and I didn't have a drum tech.
Yeah.
And my whole family was there, and I just said to the rest of them, I was like, look,
Yeah.
and it was a big stage. I was like,
That's fair enough.
please just. I said it on I said it on the day one of the tour. London wasn't for 2 weeks. I was like, I'm going to strike every night except London.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
And they were fine.
That's a heads up.
But again, like, we just did arenas. I don't know if it was because on day one of the tour, Motionless striked for me, and it was an arena. It was like a 6,000
that's
cap
big.
or whatever. There was enough space for 3 drum kits not striked. Motionless striked, and I was like, they actually said it happened to them, and they got completely fucked. And then they said they'll never do it again. They told me
Yeah.
what band it is, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, I know a few of them.
And there's loads of them. And then
It's
I
a
ga-
buzzkill, man. When
Oh, it's
there's
the worst.
Yeah.
a stage looks so gross when there's drums
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's proper shit. And I gassed Motionless up on Twitter about it.
Yeah.
And then day 2, Beartooth struck as well. For the rest of the tour, other than like Wembley Arena, everyone struck. And it was just made everything look better for everyone. It was
Yeah.
just fucking
Better
so
show for
cool.
everybody. More room.
And
you
also,
know.
if you've got a drum tech, why do you care?
Put them to fucking work.
You're paying for that person.
Yeah. They have to work like, I don't know, set up, pack down. That's it.
I kind of get it if a band's got like, even then, if you've got a tech, if you've got millions of electronics, and you've got a tech, you can strike. If you haven't got a drum tech and there's loads of space, I'll accept. But if you've got a drum tech,
We've never travelled a tech.
just do it. Never.
Yeah,
Oh,
never-
come on,
never had
boys,
one.
selling out shit.
No.
Get the man a tech.
So our other guitarist, Scotty, please. He's our businessman. And
I thought you'd be businessman.
no, I'm social media and
He's fit, man.
like aesthetic and
That's part,
whatever
that's part
else.
of business.
Yeah. So we all have our little roles. So Scotty's all business, and we're tight asses. Absolutely tight. I think being Australian, the money we have to front for an international tour, we don't like taking loans or advances off anyone. We've got the labels, but we don't want it. So we'll front everything ourselves, and we don't think we need techs yet.
You'll go. Oh.
When we played Blue Ridge last year, we watched all the different bands playing main stage. Some bands playing to 80,000 people, still changing their own guitars side stage. Other bands had people to like squirt water in their mouths and do whatever. And it's like, so you're paying all these people to do this stuff.
Did Korn play?
No, they didn't.
No.
He's got like someone to give him oxygen at the side.
Oh, yeah,
Jonathan
yeah.
Davis has an oxygen
And
guy.
doesn't Slipknot
God.
as well? Corey runs off and
don't know.
inhales something. Yeah.
That would make sense, though.
Yeah, no, they got masks. I'll give them that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We like seeing what bigger bands, like 10 times the size of our band, need.
Yeah, a drum tech. You can do your own strings, bruv, but like setting up a drum kit's the worst shit ever. I've never known like
Even when it's set up side stage, Stands are perfectly laid out. Everything just needs to be lifted on stage. You still reckon drum tech?
I'll do that, but it's the setting them up. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'd literally rather just bass them up.
Yeah.
It makes me hate the drums. It honestly makes me,
Yeah,
and it's the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Like if this, obviously the cameras get set up. I do the cameras and the lights. If I had to move a single egg version of me to do the setup for the podcast,
Yeah. Did I hear in one podcast someone designed this? How it looks?
No,
Or was
I
it
did
was
it.
you?
It was me, yeah.
Right. I'm tripping.
Oh, that's all right.
Are those
Looks
head
good.
drumsticks?
These are Lars Ulrich's drumsticks.
Oh,
Oh. Happy Metallica Day.
Thank you.
That's
I
sick.
had a big listen to it today, and I had a cool tweet which I deleted immediately. My friend Ben,
damn.
that plays for Royal Blood, had the Lars Ulrich T-shirt on, that Downbeat Lars Ulrich T-shirt,
Yep.
and they were playing with Metallica. And Lars saw it, and then they got a photo together. And then Lars's wife asked me to send her 5 of the T-shirts, and then they gave me a pair of sticks.
Damn.
That's sick.
I only found out the other day Lars has, was it 2 sons that play in a band that's
Yeah.
our sort of level, same venues? And
Yeah, not Metallica sounding though.
No, I didn't listen to it, but I saw it must have been Jimmy Kimmel with them doing an interview, and he mentioned his son's on tour in Europe at the moment, so I checked it out. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
cool.
good for you. It doesn't sound like Metallica. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Big shoes to fill.
Although on the flip side, I think that Vended band should do. I think Slipknot should do like a Marvel Universe thing where Slipknot just leave and they just replace the members of Slipknot with the children,
Yeah. Keep it going forever.
and then you get young blood in there.
Yeah. 100-year band.
I had a cool Metallica tweet this morning, if I say so myself, and then I deleted it because no one really understood that it was 30% a joke.
He'll get it.
Where I was like, well, no, it was just, I was bored. I sat there waiting for you guys to arrive, and I was like, I could just really start something now on the internet. And I just tweeted, new Metallica, because I saw everyone just hating on it, and I was like, new Metallica is better than whatever Sleep Token is trying to be. And it fucking, I got radioed so quickly. It was fucking insane. But then like loads of the real haters came out, like going like, yeah, Sleep Token, and I was like, that's not really what I'm trying to do. I was trying to get radioed, but it was fucking.
I love Metallica. Our other guitarist hates Metallica.
Oh, nice fight there.
Yeah. And you're a Metallica hater?
I'm not a hater. I just never got into them.
Yeah.
How old are you?
31.
How old are you?
31?
Yeah, same age.
No excuse.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll get to favourite bands in a minute. Why does he? What's your other guitarist? Scotty. Why does he hate Metallica? What's his reasoning? Because Tom, our guitarist, hates him.
I think it's all the upbringing. So when he found heavy music, he probably started with the Paramore and everything like that, and that turned into heavy music. Whereas my mum was blasting Enter Sandman to me when I was 6. Yeah, like you know, greatest hits on TV, just watching music videos and everything. So that was me going into that. I started to resent music because she played it so much. Mm-hmm. And then I saw Parkway Drive play one day, and I was like, no. I'm into heavy music. Let's go.
Yeah, Parkway did bits for Australia. Do you remember there was that moment where just every band in Australia sounded like Parkway?
Yep.
It was fucking crazy. And I swear, by moment, I mean like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Like 2007 to 2013.
I tell people I had a legit 4 or 5 obsessive amount of years. Parkway was the only band I listened to, and people hated me for it. Like, please listen to Trivium. Please listen to it. And I'm like, no, dude. Parkway have perfect albums. Why would I?
Do you know what though? And this is a controversial opinion. I just love New Parkway so much.
It's good.
Really?
Like it sounds like Bon Jovi took steroids.
When you see it live, it makes sense.
It does, yeah.
Festival season,
Yeah.
Parkway,
Yeah.
like gang chants.
We played our first proper big crowded festival just recently at Nodfest. And we think that we're the biggest band at the moment. We think we're killing it. But when you're put in front of 30,000 people, you realise how small fish you still are. Because I think there's this video going around at the moment, a crowd of people playing Connect 4 during one of our biggest songs. They didn't give a fuck that we're on stage. Everyone's just watching the Connect 4 go down.
That's funny. Where's that at? Not first.
It was pretty funny.
So our fans are going nuts. The people that know us are going nuts. We probably won over some heads, but I think 10 to 15% of the people there knew who we were. The rest oblivious. So I was like, all right. And then
That's good for you, though.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it was good.
And then you see Parkway and Slipknot play, and it's the entire stadium going nuts. So you're like, all right, got some work
You
to
must
do.
you
Let's
must
go.
have known you weren't at stadium level.
No, 100%, 100%.
We don't have that legacy yet.
Yeah. But it was good to see it.
The
and feel
good
it.
thing about, like, as you say, you've been around for ages, but, like, the good thing about having done all those EPs and singles, wiped a bunch of them off the face of the planet, and only having 2 actual records is the people love discovering a new band.
Yep.
So someone will get a song on Spotify, come up afterwards, and they go, "Oh, who's this band?" And check it out, and there's only 2 records, and they're like, "Oh, I found this new band." Everyone wants to have their, and I like it. I back gatekeeping. Everyone's like, "Oh, I've got this new band," and you can't see it. But the minute you get to, we've got fucking 7 albums, and it's like, there will be people who go and have a look and see the amount of albums and go, well, if I didn't hear about it before now, then why? And then where do I start? It's like Breaking Bad. Like, I'm not comparing Straight from the Path to Breaking Bad, but like, it's not, like, took me a while to watch it because it's like 8 seasons.
I love hearing when people haven't heard of our band, and if we're on a support tour, they fall in love with us because they see our performance and they're like, "Oh my god, new favorite band." I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
Headlining's weird because you're relying on your fans to come along. You're not winning over people.
Yeah.
Unless you support bands like the biggest bands in the world. You strike gold. And we got some pretty cool support bands on this one.
You just hope
You have, but with all due respect to those support bands, they're not like huge number pullers.
Yeah.
I feel like you've done this. These sold out ones is like, I feel like it could have been, and again, no offense to the supports, it could have been Alpha Wolf, a party clown, like,
Squirrel with a broken leg.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like you're doing it. Take a minute right now, just right here, to thank the newest sponsor of the Downbeat podcast, Athletic Greens. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a foundational nutritional drink containing 75 superfoods, antioxidants, and adaptogens, designed to fill gaps in your nutrition with a formula for fueling cellular health on the daily. I first took Athletic Greens when I heard about it on another podcast. Shout out the Human Lab podcast. He's very clever with supplements. Everyone who listens to this podcast knows I'm trying to get buff. Yeah, I'm trying to get big and strong. Warn my ops, I'm getting big and strong, right? Part of that, if you don't take a multivitamin already, I mean, we'll come on to what you should be taking, but if you don't take a multivitamin already, you got to take one, right? I was taking multivitamin. I was taking ashwagandha for stress. Google it. Adaptogenic herb. Been used for centuries. Google it. I was taking methylated B12 for energy. If you're a vegan or you have a diet with less meat in it, super, super important to get vitamin B12. And sometimes your body, depending on your gene, your body can't absorb enough vitamin B12 unless it's in its methylated form. Guess what? Once a day, AG1 by Athletic Greens, 1 scoop, 250 to 450 milliliters of water, depending on how thirsty I am. It's part of my routine. I wake up, I do it instead of a coffee, then I have a coffee a bit later on. Amount of times I tried to take all that stuff that you just heard me talk about, amount of times I tried to take it through customs, and they're just like, what is this, bro? You got so many pills, and then they start asking me, like, what are these other pills and all this stuff. Before you know it, I'm in Dubai airport getting a finger up my ass, all right? Now, all I do is take these AG1 travel packs, 1 sachet, boom. They're pretty handy because I can just have a bottle of water at the airport, get it in, and then I know that my immune system is covered, my micronutrients are covered. All of that in one serving. If you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and K2 every human being on earth that isn't supplementing those 2 vitamins, pretty much, unless you live in one of those places that's sunny, is deficient in those 2, okay? Google it. You need it. And you'll get 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/the downbeat. That's athleticgreens.com/the downbeat. Support the podcast. Support me. Support your health at a cellular level. Check it out. Question. I mean, there's a lot of questions. That's kind of what I'm doing here. Who writes the music, or which people write the music, and how is the music created?
So I feel like we got good when Scotty joined the band and started writing.
Right.
That's when everything got a bit more serious.
What's the timeline of...
That's first album. Scotty wrote first album. I think I got a couple of riffs on there, but I quickly realised that my riffs aren't shit compared to Scotty's, and I was so okay with not caring.
Yeah.
Because the songs were 10, 20 times better. Second album comes around, Mitch is in. Mitch is a phenomenal drummer. And
unfucking believable.
Thank you.
The
appreciate
first thing I do when I hear one of the tracks, or when I hear like a mental track, and I'm like, oh, that's a fucking horrible thing. Let's go to the live vids.
Yeah.
Straight on the live vids, absolutely smashing it.
Yeah. So our riffs are still breakdowny 1s and 2s, but you got these psycho drums going on. And now writing for the new album, Mitch has stepped up to guitar, writing some sick riffs.
What?
And
Yeah.
I'm still
Well, I did like 4 songs on the album before.
Writing guitar?
Yeah.
Get out. I ain't got any time for talent. It makes me so jealous.
I live in a whole other city, so I don't get to see these guys. So I had to figure out. I was like,
he's writing on my guitar. Or you
I was.
Could you play guitar before?
Yeah, but then I stopped. I sold it at some point for cymbals. Yeah. Yeah.
At least you did that. Respect.
Yeah. And then eventually...
It's a fucking big hand. Jesus Christ. No wonder you're good at drums.
Yeah.
I found a love for hooks and vocal placement.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm caring about these days. Like, these guys got the riffs covered.
So how's it getting written? Because I started asking people this just because I wanted to know, and then the feedback from people have been like, it's really interesting to hear how each band works. They wrote one of our heaviest songs by Mitch sending a video of himself playing drums. Just drums to nothing.
Yeah, I was like, it was kind of like a slowed down penny blast. And I was like, I want to do this at the start of a song. I reckon
I want to play this beat.
Yeah, I was like, do this, keep this next pattern, and then I think that's a good start of a song. See where you want to go with that.
Import that into the DAW or MIDI it out. Scotty just started riffing over that, and bam, we've got a heavy song that wouldn't have gotten written guitar first.
That's how
That was one song.
That's how 75% of Australia gets written.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And what does Scotty do? Sometimes he would just find a tempo. We don't want to have the same tempo twice on an album. So we try and just vary as much as possible, because some of my favorite records that aren't heavy records, you know in the first 2 seconds what vibe it is. It might be the sad song, the heavy song like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Silverchair, shit like that.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is in your favourite bands?
Yeah.
You can both leave
classic
now.
songs.
Hey, I don't know.
Classic.
Carry on.
This is the way I wanted to view our albums. Like, we're a heavy band, yes, but I wanted every first 2 seconds of every song to have an instant different vibe to another song of ours. So we don't just end up with, after 5 albums, 50 songs that all sound like the same thing. Because we can write an Alpha Wolf song easy enough, find our favourite tempo and just copy our riffs and do whatever. Or we can come out with some new interesting shit. And I think tempos play a big part in that. So we try and keep a mental note or an actual note.
We have a list,
all tempos, and we're missing something.
What's the range? Come on, you must know.
Oh, 170 is pretty popular. 150 is popular. 130 in triplet.
So if you can see 4 170
130
songs,
is a great triplet speed.
Yeah.
It's just fast enough to be like, fuck, that's fast, but it's just slow enough to be like, fuck, I can play it.
Yeah, and if you do like a breakdown in triplet at 130, it's really like swung almost, like yo-ho-ho-y, but heavy.
Yo-ho-ho, but
yeah.
I always think 170 is a jogging tempo.
Yeah.
Like you can jog, 170 is like a...
Yeah.
I can imagine people jogging to.
Yeah.
Our band is like, fuck, You've got 140, and then you've got there'll be a song on the record at one. This is not even, we don't do it on purpose, it just happens. One song at 140, around 140, and everything else is 170 to 190.
Yeah,
and it's and that's like my weakness as well, that tempo.
Yeah, that like having to lift your whole leg up kind of speed. It's
not
Same with
legs.
us, yeah.
So what's acid? That's 212.
Yeah,
we got told that's the festival pogo tempo.
Is it? It's my favourite blast beat
people to
tempo.
jump.
Yeah, it's the perfect tempo to get people to jump at a constant rate, and we forced
Who
ourselves.
told you this? That's good info.
Just kind of figured it out, I think.
Yeah. So you watch any video of a crowd jumping up and down in unison, it's 212. And so we forced ourselves to write that, and now that song live is so fun because we can get most rooms completely off their feet bouncing.
Watch every band on earth that watches this, right? Every song.
212.
Yeah.
212.
But you know what?
But
Go on.
all the festival pogo bands, if you listen to their albums, or the bands that are really good at getting people up and down, they almost have a full album of that, and that's where it gets stagnant. So we have one song in our set that does it, and that's all we need. That's all we want. We don't want the whole hour-long set jumping up and down.
Yeah.
One's a circle pit song. It's the what's right.
Well, I think I looked at 160.
Starts with a blast beat. It's a circle pit song. 212s, jump up and down song. Got the slowed down one. It's the lights out song.
212, I used to play in a death metal band, and my favourite tempo for blast beats was 212. Because it's just slow enough, like for like a European blast, right left, right left, right.
Yeah.
It's just slow enough that you can hear every single. A lot of Black Dahlia Murder is 212.
Yeah.
You can hear every single split in the notes,
Yeah.
but it's not fast enough that it sounds like it's on the beat. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, our other song that's 212 has a Owl Blast in it.
Number 2.
Mind Bends.
Oh, right.
What's an Alpha
Yeah.
Blast?
No, that's the Alpha Wolf.
What's
So-
an Alpha Wolf Blast?
Oh,
They're both Euros,
yeah.
but just not too bad.
We let him blast sometimes. Mitch is a death
Sometimes.
metal background.
Oh, yeah.
Blastatron 5000.
Are you from Tasmania?
No.
Where
From
are you
Brisbane.
from? From Brisbane.
Yeah.
Is there a Brisbane death metal band? I love Psychroptic, by the way. As well. They're such a good band.
I was in a normal metalcore-ish band for a long time, and then I just kind of, that ended and I was just kept blasting. I got super into Black Dahlia Murder. So I wasn't touring with anybody, so I'm like, so let's see how far I can push this blasting thing. And then I figured out how to double stroke and trigger. So it was just like everything.
Are you a double stroker?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
wonder you're so fucking
Well,
tight.
not an alpha. Not an alpha at all. Not an alpha.
I've been toying with learning it because I don't
Yeah.
like I talk shit on when people fake stuff, but I never ever talk shit on like someone's triggering. For some reason, everyone always thinks that I talk shit on triggers, which I don't.
People don't understand triggering.
Like, yeah, they think it makes you faster. It's like, actually, did you ever see the videos of Chris Adler when he'd had his accident? It was fucking horrible, but he'd had his accident and he was blowing his parts.
Yeah.
And they decided to trigger him for a few shows to see if it would make it better.
Yeah.
And it just makes what you can hear
Yeah.
even worse.
We've toured with plenty of bands that use triggers that if they have an off night, it's really noticeable.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I just spent so long in the bedroom, like working my double stroke that wouldn't happen.
What double stroke is it? Sorry to get really drummy. So,
No, it's fine.
Sabian, I'm sorry to get really drummy. What double stroke are you doing though? Which one?
So I was using speed cobras. I had my foot pretty much half off.
Yeah, I've got those.
And
I've got
then-
those. I can do this.
Yeah, and so the motion I always like was telling people how to do it. The motion is like leave your foot flat and floppy, go down for one, and then push forward for the second one.
Yes, that's like an actual double. Because I've seen
it's like you're
people do the
rolling,
ones
yeah.
where you just play shit.
Yeah,
You know those ones?
Yeah.
It's like you pad the bass drum like fuck, and then you trigger it, and then you just
yeah, just
like-
hope for the best.
and it
Yeah.
just ends up going.
Yeah.
I
Some of
kinda
it's
wanna
like
learn.
yeah, but the fastest I ever got with it was like 260, and even then it was like
Fucking sick though.
yeah, because I got hit up by a symphonic death metal band, and I was like, I want to see if I can blast for 6 minutes. Yeah, and it was mad.
What was the band?
It's a band called I Shall Devour.
I shall devour.
We never had a good. Yeah. I did the last 2 songs they put out. I did on real drums with double strokes and whatever, and it was probably my fastest work.
It was on
First time-
Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
I
yeah.
shall devour.
Yeah. There's a song called With Darkness, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Mitch drumming was at this festival in Melbourne. He had long ass hair, and he was blasting with
What's
his
his hair doing now?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm bald.
he was helicopter blasts, and drumstick was like this far off the snare, windmilling, blasting. I was like, I need this guy in my band. Turns out he'd like blocked me on Facebook.
You blocked
I
him?
hadn't blocked him. No.
Right,
He sent me a friend request and I denied it because he sent a really shitty
Worksheet one day for a gig.
a worksheet for a tour that we were doing. I was like, "Where's the run sheet for the day?" And they sent me this fucking Word document that was just like, I was
so you didn't accept the friend request?
yeah, I was like,
based
I don't
on
need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking evil.
Ruthless.
It's ruthless shit.
Yeah.
A guy today in the gym, right? There's this little old man in the gym, and he's like, he has to use the lift to get, like, fair play, he's in the gym, must be for like mobility or whatever. He has to use the lift to get to the second floor and everything. This is the second time I've heard Facebook today. He just comes up to me in the gym. He's like, he must be 70. Just comes up to me and goes, "Have you got Facebook?" And I was like, "No, I don't actually." And he was like, "Oh, I was going to ask if I could add you on Facebook." I've never spoken to this person in my life. I was like, that's weird.
Look at my cool friend I made at the gym.
There's a fucking Facebook.
Weird.
It's not as popular anymore.
I had to log in to do something like an ad for something, and I just don't get it now. It pops up all loads of shit.
Yeah, no.
So many ads.
We pay people to do our ads for us because I've lost the touch. I used to be ad galore back in the day, but now it's like I have to log into Instagram and Facebook at the same time and run my Instagram ads through Facebook. I don't know.
What's your views on TikTok? Speaking of
Have you
social
noticed
media.
that raw videos do 10 times better than edited recaps?
Yeah, it's very interesting climate.
I still love a great video wank edited video.
Me too.
But they don't perform well.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah. So I literally give my camera to the singer of the opening band on this tour and say, just film the set and film the
Are
popular
you paying
songs.
this person as well? What's you making these opening bands work?
It's got automatic settings.
What are you making these opening bands work for?
He'll do it for them sometimes.
Yeah, I take photos and video them.
How
That's
do
like
you go about asking this person?
Oh, they're
just
all
ask
friends.
them. Yeah,
so-
they're
Oh, you're all friends.
There's
Okay,
some
yeah,
rapport
yeah.
there, yeah.
Because the other one, you were like, "Well, we fucking took them outside of Australia."
No, it's just like a give and take type thing.
All right.
I'll take photos of them at the big shows, film them and do stuff like that. And all they have to do is hit record on mine and follow what chaos might happen. I'll sift through that footage. Scotty, our guitarist, he records bands as well. So he will make our recorded stems sound real good from that night. And I'll stitch them together, put it on TikTok, Reels or whatever. And some pop off, some don't.
So weird. Like I had a one from yesterday pop off, and I was like, "That's like the first real fucking pop off on Twitter, on TikTok." And I was like, "I just don't get it.
I post the same wall of death all the time, and every time it's guaranteed to pop off.
It's insane."
Yeah.
Like I don't know the reason for me asking the TikTok thing is because when we're talking about ads on Facebook, some guy, Corey, I can't remember his name, did like a in-depth like analysis on what he calls the e-shitification of social media platforms, and it basically charts when a platform's going to demise based on
Wow.
how long it takes for that platform to take the power away from the creator and put it in the advertiser's hands.
Yeah.
And
that makes
so
sense.
like Facebook, Instagram, all the MySpace, they all were creator based for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then one day someone goes, "Okay, time to make money from this." And then they introduce the algorithm stuff
We're
and
about to lose
all
Twitter.
this shit. Twitter is on its fucking way.
Yeah.
But these companies took so long to do it. And he's charted how long it took each company. It's like 10 years. Well, Twitter's probably fucking 15 by now. TikTok did it in 2 years. It was like, all right, ad time.
Yeah.
So he thinks, and a lot of people think, that its time is going to be up before it should be.
I saw a comment today on one of our videos. We posted this really cool recap we got from Impericon recently. Really, every shot looks amazing, cinematic, everything. One comment said, "Well, this doesn't show me how good the band is live. Because it's not raw, it's not whatever, it's just fancy video stuff." And I was like, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but
Like, if we post a raw video, then he can be like, "Oh, damn! All right, they're pretty sick. They're
my
tight."
brother in Christ, you could go and watch one other video.
Yeah.
Just scroll through the
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, internet laziness pisses me the fuck off.
Oh yeah.
Some people hear studio production shit and they go, "Oh, they could just fake it. It's just fake," you know.
Yeah.
So,
But some people like
doctor it.
people leaving a comment like that though. You could just go
Yeah.
and check.
Yeah.
You could just go and check. I thought of a really good idea, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it right now. You're going to be the first band that we do it with.
Nice.
Right. So what we're going to do? We're going to ask AI. Well, I'm going to ask you first. Have you got any like in jokes or words or even objects that are integral to Alpha Wolf or something funny? Like I thought in my head when I was thinking of this, like obviously Australia, you have the shoey, which is a thing that you do.
Yeah.
Do you guys hate the shoey?
Yeah, it's dumb as fuck.
So in Glasgow, they've got the here we fucking go.
yeah, they
chant.
did that last time. Yeah.
Scottish, they'll do it tonight.
Yeah.
Scottish people, quite a lot of them hate it.
Oh.
Like you hate the shoey, but on the flip side, like when I see a shoey video, I'm like, kind of sick.
They were chanting Yorkshire last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the rounds. That's the only two. The only two chants I can
true.
think of in the world are the Yorkshire one and the Glasgow one. And they're always
Remember they were
next to each
howling at
other.
us once. We
Oh,
thought they were
yeah, that was pretty
wooing
funny.
for Alpha Wolf, but they were doing
Is
something.
that a thing
else.
that happens?
Yeah, like wolf
No,
howling.
we thought they were wolf howling, but apparently it was something local.
Where?
Oh yeah, it sounded
Tasmania, Tasmanian Devils.
No, it was somewhere in America. It sounded like they were booing.
Yeah, it sounded like they're booing. Then we're like, are they a wooing?
Oh, it might be one of those sports teams.
Yeah,
things.
yeah, it was.
Oh, it was Buffalo, New York.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. When you got the years and you have no idea what's going on.
yeah, it was weird.
Integral. What do we got?
What, like branding wise, or just
Not
like
even.
in
Just
jokes?
like you got an in joke, you got a current in joke on the tour. You got
The current in joke is sucks to suck.
Yeah,
okay.
So if someone sucks, it sucks.
Definitely
To suck.
sucks to suck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let me log into my OpenAI account.
Socks off.
Socks off.
Socks off. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What socks off?
If you're ready to fight, socks off.
Yeah, it's like if you're play fighting or anything.
Yeah.
Socks off, dog.
Socks off.
Socks off.
Socks. We just started play fighting when we were in the van putting our shoes on or some shit one day. Socks off, dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started.
So I'm going to write into Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Write me a fan fiction about the band Alpha Wolf. What was the other one? You got socks off and
Sucks to suck.
taking their socks off and fighting. And we'll just see what that comes up with because I
Yeah,
think sucks
that's
to
good.
suck might be too hard. Oh, I'm sorry, but as an AI language model, I cannot generate inappropriate or explicit
Oh, no.
content.
Sucks
We're gonna have to
up.
get. We're gonna. Sucks to be a robot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of the fighting then. Taking their socks off. That might be even funnier. We don't know what's going to happen here. Watch every podcast on Earth steal this idea.
No, I've got another idea after this.
Have you? What, an AI idea?
No.
Oh, you-
You'll find it. You'll find out.
Remember, I can edit it out if I don't like it. Oh, this is sick. Let me just check, though. Well, they think your lead singer's called Leo.
Yep. Lucky Keo.
Well, that's... Well, we'll just pretend that it says Lockie. Yeah, we got all of you in here so far. I'm just checking because we don't want the other singer to come up. Oh my God, we've hit the mother load. It's exactly what I wanted. I can't believe it. It's quite long though. Well done. This is absolutely mental. This is the best thing that's ever happened on the podcast.
All right.
It was a warm summer night, and the members of Alpha Wolf were lounging in their tour bus after a long day of performing. The air was thick with exhaustion, but there was an underlying sense of excitement and the anticipation of what the night might bring. Suddenly, the lead singer, Lockie, is Lockie right? Mm-hmm. Lachlan?
Lucky.
Lockie stood up and announced, I don't know about you guys, but my feet are killing me. I'm taking my socks off. Without hesitation, he proceeded to remove his socks, and the rest of the band followed suit. As they sat there, barefoot and relaxed, Guitarist Sabian caught the eye of the drummer Mitch. I'm not fucking making this up. There was a spark of something there.
Oh, God.
This went so well. There was a spark of something there. Something electric that neither of them could deny. Without saying a word, Sabian reached out and gently took Mitch's foot in his hand. I'm going to scream. Rubbing it with a slow circular motion, Mitch's eyes fluttered closed, and he let out a soft sigh of pleasure. The rest of the band watched in awe as Sabian continued to massage Mitch's foot, his touch gentle and loving. There was something intimate and sensual about the way they looked at each other, something that couldn't be put into words. This is so long. As the night wore on, the band sat there barefoot and relaxed, enjoying each other's company. The tension between Sabian and Mitch was palpable, and everyone could feel it.
No.
Finally, as the night drew to a close, Sabian leaned in and whispered in Mitch's ear. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Can you please do that for the sake of...
I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Mitch smiled, and without a word... you don't have to do this bit if you don't want. Mitch smiled, and without a word, he leaned in and kissed Sabian gently on the lips. The rest of the band erupted in cheers and applause.
Yeah, good on them.
And Alpha Wolf knew that this was the beginning of something truly special. From that moment on, the band was closer than ever before, bonded by their shared love of music, their bare feet, and the beautiful romance that had bloomed between Sabian and Mitch.
Damn.
It's a bromance novel.
That's a long way away from socks off. Socks off.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, that went better than I could ever expect.
That's good.
What was your idea?
All right, so I need you to open up your band banter group chat
Oh, no.
Well, okay.
and search Alpha Wolf and show us the results.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it will be...
So we broke
it'll be-
down with Invent Animate about this because we both trashed each other's bands and we put it out in the air and become best friends.
It was funny.
I got one.
Yep.
It's... looking at Alpha Wolf and Stray. They're looking at Alpha Wolf and Stray right now for one. But Matt told me that it's going to go to them first.
Oh.
That's
There you
it.
go.
That's
There you
it.
go.
That's the one. That's the one thing I've got.
Yeah, no goss.
Nothing. Well, I think we're too far from each other's
Yeah.
realms, really, other than you guys taking all the fucking tour supports.
Should
in fact,
AI
let's go.
that.
Let's go back in.
Hey, we're probably cheaper than you because we're new.
Yeah. We got told that. We're good value.
We're good.
they're
We got
cheap.
told we're the best value metalcore band on the market.
Because we're cheap.
I'm just trying to look to see if there's anything that anyone said. It's literally just me and Tom talking.
Fucking Alpha Wolf on Spotify again.
No.
Nothing.
Um,
Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Sucks to suck.
it's
Should
just,
AI that one.
it was 2 tours.
Yeah. Oh, 2. Damn.
Yeah, you pipped us on both of them.
What was the first one?
There's nothing. Well, I can't tell you what either of them are because they're still happening. Still haven't been announced.
Oh.
I could tell you some other bands that I'm going to roast. No, I'm not going to do that. All right. Dream Festival. I'm going to create a Dream Festival with you. You don't seem impressed.
I want to say, create one. Okay.
Yeah, I
thought you meant one to
I'm going to
play.
walk you through it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. We've got enough time. What time you got to be back at the venue?
Bit a bit.
Headlining's weird because you sound check at 3 and play at 10.
Yeah, it's the worst. Do you drink?
Sucks.
Does anyone drink?
Yeah, but
You drink. You're drinking a beer.
we stay away until hour before
Kind of.
setup.
Yeah.
2 hours before showtime. Yeah.
Oh, I tried that last tour to not drink, and it was just so boring. I was just so bored.
Yeah. I can't play drunk. So I don't get drunk before, but I'll have a few drinks. Some sips of the bottle.
I love having a few before I play, but I'm trying not to for some dumb reason. Literally have no idea why. Did an episode with Mario from Gojira, and he was like, I don't never drink before I play. And I was like, I just want to be like you. I just want to just do that. Drinking before days off, which means the hangover's worse because I haven't been drinking every day.
Yeah.
And then you're just so fucking bored.
See, I was straight edge for like a long time until 2-3 years ago. So I'd done a lot of touring full sober. And I think it's funny as being slightly tipsy on stage. Like, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I back it. I mean, there's no chance festival season you're going to get me to play a main stage at 1 o'clock and then I'm not having a beer. There's no fucking way. There's no way.
Yeah, we did Blue Ridge last year and played on the first day at like midday and stayed for the whole 4 days, and it was just fucking chaos for 4 days. We were just trashed.
That's my favourite though.
It was good. Met a lot of people.
Yeah, every day old friends would rock up and play their set, and next day someone else that we toured with.
I feel like I met someone from your band on
They
it.
were all hanging out.
That was me.
Yeah, where were we?
We were side stage watching Knock Loose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
I think you were there and Drew was next to me as well. I was like, fuck, this is a spin out.
Yeah, we
We're watching.
not loose. With their click went down. They played the whole set without a click.
Really? Without it?
Yeah, whole set.
Oh, shit.
Still smashed it.
I heard it come out the front, but I didn't know they played without it.
It was
Piffed it.
But they can do that. They're a band that can do that.
someone had
And the old,
the old right left right.
Yeah. What's red again?
The switcheroo.
Yeah.
Right, Dream Festival. Unless you got anything to plug, you want to plug? What's that? Lo-fi, the Lo-fi EP.
Yeah, we'll plug the lo-fi.
I love that. I'm a big Lo-fi
yeah,
guy.
we're lo-fi fans, and the first one popped right into the Spotify algorithm and blew the fuck up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ended up being like our top song on Spotify, and we're like,
Oh, shit.
It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, it was like that lo-fi to study and relax too, like the big one.
Yeah.
Just got added.
We got added to that.
Yeah.
Lo-fi
Just
beats for you
pop-
to relax and study to.
Yeah. It popped the
I can
fuck
show my
off.
nan this music, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
That would be the
Yeah.
highlight of my career, I reckon. Getting on
It was
Lo-fi
pretty nuts.
Girl.
Yeah. You got like 300K in like
Yeah,
a
it
week
was-
or something?
it was crazy. Like-
Fucking nuts.
The YouTube video stream, nothing, but the Spotify one, just crazy.
Who writes the Lo-fi?
Pay some dude.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what we-
his
that's what
his
we
name's
do.
Mick. He's
Yeah,
great.
MIK.
We were.
Yeah,
I want to say we're hands on, but we weren't. We're like, yeah, that part's cool. Can we change the voices of that and that and that? Like little bits and pieces. But for the most part, he's the brains, and he nailed it.
that's what I did with that girl Mystic. She's
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
Australian. I got her to do a Stray song,
Yeah,
and
cool.
we were going to do a whole record of it,
Right.
and then a label stole our idea and did it before us. But so I was like, whatever. But that's like I listen to, if I'm at the gym, I listen to heavy music, and if I'm not at the gym,
Yeah, when
I'll
I'm
just
tinkering
listen to
away, I'm
lo-fi,
listening
that's
to
it.
lo-fi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just fans. We didn't
easy.
want it to be anything crazy, but we still run our own merch. So we're always thinking of stuff we can do with merch and doing our own vinyl. We've done these really cool plush pillows that are comfortable as hell. And
nice.
They're cool.
notebooks, pens.
Yeah, you can
Things
do
like that.
like
Yeah,
different
yeah.
stuff that's not. That's
for,
cool.
So for us, it was more than just 5 lo-fi songs. It was a merch drop. It was everything. And that's fun, you know.
Lucrative.
We don't have rules
gotta
with
branch
Alpha
out.
Wolf. We do whatever we want.
Yeah, that's kind of like I don't do it with Stray, but with the Downbeat, so I'll get the vinyl like Void Division and
Yeah, I bought that.
Stray one. Did ya?
I did.
Fucking legend.
Good friends.
We should do one. They sell. You get a download code in there. I'll get you a 1,000 fucking.
It'll be the
Yeah,
20th
1,000
pressing
more
of our
records.
album.
No, do it on a new one.
Yeah,
One of your
okay.
11 EPs that you do.
Dream Festival.
But I'm going to start it.
we love. Well,
No,
I need to
don't.
play with Metallica one day.
Okay, we'll get there. Let me warm you up. Metallica is good, but you're going to have a fight about it. That's the plan. And then you're going to take your socks off and kiss. In my head, the podcast is done. The
Yep.
Chat
Yep.
GPT bit is going on.
That's the real.
That's going on TikTok. That's the bit. So, okay, where in the world would your dream festival be?
Has to be the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Based
Actually,
on what?
They go crazy for Alpha Wolf there.
Good for you.
Crazy.
Post-pandemic US is definitely crazier than pre-pandemic
Yeah.
US. I feel like everyone was just
Yeah.
went, wait a minute, did we waste all those chances to go crazy? And now they're on it.
We haven't played that many outdoor festivals to know
Yeah.
where's a good spot.
Have you got a favourite state? State or city?
If I were to say for the festival, I would say like Chicago House of Blues or worse, the Palladium.
You want an indoor festival. This is a
Yeah.
dream festival. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I don't
In those areas somewhere, yeah.
Chicago House of Blues is cool.
Yeah. All the
You know,
tears.
you
It's
know
all
where I
sick.
think...
Well, we walked off Chicago House Blues recently, being like top 5 show ever.
I think
Yeah.
I've
It
done the
just
same.
Felt good.
Yeah. Chicago goes off for us. It's good.
That venue looks cool as fuck as well.
Yeah. Every photo.
The, that crazy just balcony high shit.
Yeah.
You know where I think low key has the best music scene in the world right now, and the worst smell at loading. Let's see if you can get it from that. You must have played it. Worst smell at loading.
Load in. Was
Yeah.
it here recently?
No, it's
There's been a
in
couple
the
of
States.
FET ones.
It's in the States. Anaheim House of
Newcastle.
Blues. Have you done Anaheim
No, we
House
haven't
of
done
Blues?
it yet.
Oh my
No,
god.
we haven't.
No.
Is that the Disney one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
when
we-
you where the bus parks, there is like a trash compactor, and it's from all of the Disney shit.
No, we did park there, didn't we?
The underground one.
Yep,
Yeah,
underground,
yeah,
and there's
yeah,
a
that
gym
was
right next to it.
Oh yeah, that was
But we didn't
so
play
bad.
House of Blues. We played somewhere on that strip.
Right, but like,
It was in that underground car park. We walked past that trash compactor.
there you go. Yeah,
We were still on Disney property.
And we
stinkiest
had to
place in the world.
use
Yeah, it
the-
must be the same place.
It was gross.
Yeah.
And that smell goes all the way through loading. This I literally I puked in my mouth. But that Anaheim House of Blues, last time we played it, which was our show was like Under Oath, Bad Omens, Spirit Box, Stray,
Damn.
which you
Oh,
couldn't,
yeah, that was
you
fucking
couldn't
massive.
fucking do that right now. That's crazy. That was
Yeah.
a pandemic's back. Let's get these
Yep.
bands, these small bands that kind of popped off in the pandemic. Like now, you could either of those three, except us, could headline. But
Mate.
like the day before, there was a sold out show. I can't remember who it was, and the day after, all metalcore.
Yeah,
That place,
perfect.
It's just like you've been seeing Donald Duck all day, and you need some evil in your life. You're just like, I need to go to the fucking show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in Chicago, House of Blues. You
yeah.
got particular. What we're going to do now is like, what do you want your catering to be? You got,
Hey, we
you
talked
got,
about
you got
this today.
faves?
Ooh.
We want 3-ply toilet paper on our rider these days.
Really?
Yeah, I was on the
Honestly,
toilet
yeah.
before, and I'm reaching behind my head,
Oh, that's
you're a
such
bit
a
spoiled.
so whack.
and it was like scratchy ass, fucking whatever.
You
So-
won't pay for a tech, but you
our
want
TM
three-ply toilet
just
paper.
a six pack.
Our
Just a
TM
little
keeps
one.
telling us to change it daily because it's been the same thing for years. And it's like, oh, if you want to switch it up, switch it up. It's like, all right, protein drinks, protein bars, toilet paper.
I've never heard of that
Deodorant,
being done.
toothpaste,
People,
like-
you'll be in the group chat for that.
Because the promoters at a supermarket and been like, what do you want? And say, all right, actually, let's spoil our bums today.
Yeah.
I know the toilet paper is bad in venues, but is it really that bad for you? What you got going on down there?
It just hurts, man.
I mean, yeah, all right.
Sab's a hairy boy.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that earlier today when I was shaving my ball sack, and I cut my ball sack actually shaving, and to the point where I was gonna tackle my ass, and I'd done the ball sack in, and I was like, nah, I'm just not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
Got a podcast in 25 minutes.
Sliding up and down the stairs.
All right, so what's your go-to foods on tour that we can bring to this catering?
I'm trying
This
to figure
thing?
it out, I think, still.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
must have like a favorite US like fast food.
Oh.
What's your go-tos?
I think one that never fails for me is Popeyes or Chick-fil-A.
Popeyes, guy.
One of those two.
We fell in love with Domino's for our first 2 tours,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they changed everything.
Domino's is now dog shit, isn't it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to build your own pizza every time, and I'm trying to order
So
8
often
pizzas
about
for
that.
everyone. Everyone's talking to each other. What do you want on your fucking pizza?
Yeah,
What toppings?
We switched to everyone's kind of like a Nazi regime of, I mean, less bad and nothing like it. Actually, I take that back. But everyone has to have cheese, just a plain cheese
Yeah. Oh,
in
right.
Stray, because then it's like, who's ordering pizza? It's done. It's not like, oh, can I get olives? Can I get all this shit? It's like, no, that's what you get.
It got so difficult, but we loved it. We boasted to our friends and family at home because our Domino's sucks at home.
Boasting about Domino's.
And we're like,
Honestly,
no,
you would not
fucking
believe
funny.
the quality
Yeah.
difference is
like,
crazy.
it's
I'm
top
pretty sure
5.
I've had an Australian Domino's. I can't
was
remember.
that
who.
here as
I
good,
can't
though?
remember. Domino's is just never my go-to.
Yeah.
Well, we have like 3 fast food chains in Australia.
What are you going to eat today? Are you already eaten?
Oh, like a cafe breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you eat after the show? Are you going to eat at dinner? Or
I always
Kebabs,
forget what
pretty-
time I should be eating. Maybe it's time now to go get a feed. What's good?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
You're
good in
like
the
a
area.
boy.
I
if
could
you
go
don't,
with
if you
kebab
if you
before.
don't need to go back, do you eat meat?
Yeah.
If you don't need to be back to headline, I could take you to Nando's.
Nando's is
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Isn't
Nando's,
Nando's
yeah.
so close to here?
Yeah, I can do
I-
that.
We could just drive straight there. We wrap this up now. and
Haven't
we
had
could just-
UK Nando's.
You haven't a UK?
Oh, yeah, it's a cheeky Nando's over here.
Oh,
right?
we're fucking going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going
Alright.
for cheeky Nando's. Guess what? Downbeat Card's got it.
Oh.
I got you. Please buy a T-shirt and watch the advert I would have done earlier and buy the things that I said on the advert. Is there a? And now I'm really rapidly trying to get to Nando's, so sorry, it's going to be very rushed. Is there a universal place to eat that if Alpha Wolf is in the van?
Schmeckers.
What
What do you reckon it is?
McDonald's.
Oh, right.
Schmeckers.
Yeah. I'm in my McDonald's era now.
Yeah,
What's the orders?
Triple cheese.
Yeah, I like a triple cheesy. I used to be a Big Mac guy, but now it's just triple cheese.
Yeah. You know what? States doesn't have a triple... No, not States. Mainland Europe doesn't have a triple cheese at the moment. Don't know if it's gone.
Yeah.
You can just have to do a double. So what I like to do is forgo my fries and I'll do 2 doubles.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking...
That's pretty good.
The heart doesn't like it, but it's...
So, yeah, we got two vegos in the band, and they don't love eating it every day because their options are limited. Sometimes in certain states, cities, they do get the cool veg patties and whatever, so they love that. But we do end up there 9 times out of 10.
But we don't have a McPlan in Australia at the moment. But over here, they have
McPlan's
it
pretty
fucking everywhere.
good,
Yeah. So
double McPlant now in the UK. Get them on that. There's one right by the venue.
But as soon as someone says Schmeckers, everyone's ears perch up.
Here we go. All right, so McDonald's is doing the catering.
Yeah.
Headliners. What's your accommodation first?
ooh,
Need a pool
yeah, something
in
really
a
cool.
crappy hotel that won't break the budget because we're tired asses.
No, but it's your dream festival.
Yeah, we're still saving money. Why do we need to spend the money?
Well, if it was Dream Festival, would we do
the
this
dream
shit?
festival? Someone else is paying for this. You don't get the money at all. Saying you're not the businessman. This tight ass.
Is it like we play and then get in the van and fuck off back to the hotel? Is it like that?
It can be whatever you want, guys. Dream big.
We haven't seen a big hotel yet.
Haven't had a
like-
tour bus yet.
Nah.
I reckon those would
We
be
could
pretty
give you
sick.
on a tour bus, and
Actually,
I'll give you a day room in a
I
hotel.
saw a couple tour buses at Blue Ridge, and that was mind-blowing.
Wait, you're not in a bus for this?
Yeah, we are.
Thank God.
Oh,
But
yeah,
not the
double-decker.
fancy baddies.
Not like the US ones, the big black and silver ones.
What you in on this?
Big Red.
Yeah, Nightliner.
Yeah.
Every single band
Like the
is
NSD
on
ones.
the bus. Every single band is in the trailer. Everything's packed
No shower.
to fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I do quite like those tours. They're fun though. As long as you've got a big enough lounge downstairs,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
We get to meet everybody, hang
You've
out.
got 4 bands on one bus. Man, that is
One TM, one front of house. That's all the crew.
That's how you've got 4 bands on a bus.
Yeah.
You know what's going to start happening when you get these crew members. You start doing the pull-in rank, which is when the headliner's like, well, no, you have to share our sound guy because of this. And we've done years of that. We're just planning a headliner, and I really want a drum tech. So it's the first time ever I was like, we're having this many bunks and deal with it.
Yep.
And luckily everyone was like, well, we didn't need that many bunks anyway. But thanks for outing yourself as a complete wanker.
I feel like one of the spots is fair. It's a TM. It's all good.
Yeah.
Everybody's responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see you with a drum tech. I'm going to you're getting roasted, not you. Okay, who's headlining? And it's Metallica at the House of Blues, Chicago. You can have one each. It's 2 days. I'll give you one each. It's basically, essentially, this is your favourite band of all
Limp Bizkit.
time.
Limp Bizkit, they can headline it.
Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
your favourite band of all time?
It's so hard to say all time.
Give me a few then.
Metallica has to be all time, but I'm not listening to them daily now.
What's your rank the Metallica
So-
albums for me?
Master of Puppets 1,
Nice.
maybe Black Album 2,
Nice.
and then And Justice for All, To Ride the Lightning,
Yeah.
I didn't mind Load Reload.
Yeah, do you know what? The older I get, the more I appreciate them.
Well, I grew up on that Cunning Stunts video, the
Video,
double VHS, and so that to me is Load Reload, and I
Fuel,
like it.
fuel on that is banging.
Is that the power cutout dude
Yeah.
falling on fire?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny.
They hadn't seen it. I put it up on YouTube. Like,
so
their
sick.
stage broke down and people caught fire. They're like, oh, that is so cringe.
It's sick. It's so sick. That's
Yeah.
like an integral part of my childhood.
Yeah. Nah. Whereas like modern day favorite bands, Bring the Horizon, because everything they do is crazily innovative.
Yeah,
and
they haven't missed
perfect.
for ages.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it in case you've also done it, but you know what? The thing I don't like that Bring Me started, and now everyone does, is the computer voice at the beginning of the set.
Yeah.
Like,
I love it. I love their
we did it on the
talking
Snitches
AI
tour.
thing.
I think it's
show.
great that they did it, and like the one on the late. Did you see him on the latest tour with Knock Loose?
I haven't seen them for so long.
Oh
I
man,
keep missing
I've
it.
seen him. I think I managed to somehow managed to catch him like every year for the last 3 years or
Right.
whatever. And the latest one's just crazy. Like it has like an old MS DOS prompt come up and like.
yeah.
Da-da-da. But then I've seen about 6 bands since then. Even like,
yeah. Of course.
and they're just exactly the same thing. Like,
See, I'm the
in
biggest
a
fan.
minute, you are going to go crazy with an AI voice. It's like, it's sick when Bring Me does
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
like, come on.
Within our
That was
band,
good things, right?
yeah.
Like
So
last
within our
year?
band, I'm the biggest fanboy of Bring the Horizon, but all the boys got to see them headline a festival in Australia. I was in New York with my partner.
Oh, you missed that.
Yeah, I was
it
doing
fucking
Christmas
nuts.
in New York, and everyone's hit the group chat like, "Oh my god, they're actually that good." And I was like,
Yeah.
"I've been saying,
Yeah, it's so good.
I've been saying."
So you got Bring Me Limp Bizkit Metallica
Yep.
at House of Blues.
Yep.
What's yours?
I would say my favorite band of all time is Slipknot, but I've seen them probably 4 times in the last couple of years, so I'm going to say no for the festival. I love
based on
Sorry,
their
guys.
based on their performance on those last 4
based
years.
on
or-
they'll probably play the same set I've seen 4 times. I would love to see.
rank your Slipknot albums for me.
First, Iowa was my favorite. Iowa for sure, followed by Volume 3, and then self-titled.
Wow.
Yeah. Volume 3. The first time I found Slipknot was when it was on. They play in like the background scene of Rollerball, that DVD, the movie. It's like an old Chris. What's his name? That guy that's in not another teen movie. He's in some movie about like roller skating game and they kill each other and shit. And in the background of one of the scenes, Slipknot's playing "I Am Hated." And as a kid, I was just like, "What is that? Oh my god!" Waited to the end of the credits and found the song or whatever. And I got into that, but I never got the album. And then the first album of theirs I got was Volume 3. So
Volume 3 is fucking sick.
yeah, Volume 3 rips. And then
Production is, the mix is terrible, but I love it. Like,
yeah, there's elements to it that are fat, but I also got to. I mean, probably around then was the same time I was like My Plague was on Resident Evil. So that's when I was kind of like, oh, I think I like this album better. And then I got into Iowa and it was just rabbit hole.
those 3
Yeah.
are just insane.
Yeah. I would love to hear self-titled like remastered or something. I think.
No, I love the way that sounds.
Yeah?
I would love to hear them work with a producer.
Yeah?
Like, I would love them to work with like Will Putney or someone that just
That'd be
like
really wild.
like someone a bit younger who isn't like a legacy producer.
Yeah.
And just be like, this is what
But
you're
could
doing.
you get inside the mind of Slipknot? The way they've written songs on those albums, obviously Putney's Putney. But you look at the structure of any song from self-titled Iowa. How did anyone?
Yeah, but they can't even do that now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get someone who's. I'm not. Will Putney comes to mind because
Yeah,
I know
crazy.
Will Fit for an Autopsy. Will Putney loves Gojira, and
Yeah.
you could some Fit for an Autopsy songs. You could Gojira could have written it if they were on fucking steroids. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not. I'm not talking
Well,
shit.
yeah, no. Producers are there to find the best in
Yeah,
the creatives and bring that to life.
I think maybe there might be an element of. I don't know this for a fact, but there might be an element of. Well, we've done it this way for this long.
Yeah,
I'm sure the conversations have come up before.
Of course.
But like, I just feel like that. Well, I feel like that with Metallica. They're my favorite band of all time. I'm like, just go and like, imagine they went to like Misha or like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it would be
goddamn.
insane because someone who's a genius.
Type that into AI and get a song out of it.
What if
Metallica went to Misha, what would the song sound like?
Well, that's how Sleep Token happened. Someone put a AI prompt, what if the X Factor was metal? And it came up. That's like, there's a Sleep Token joke there. They're not going to come on the fucking podcast. What are they going to do?
Vessel appears.
Have fucking masks on. All right. So you've got Slipknot. This is a stacked Chicago House of Blues.
Yeah.
We've got Slipknot, Limp Bizkit. That could be 1999. Who else? We have Metallica. Who else did you have?
I think I would go Carnival.
Nice.
Just to
Aussie.
mess it up.
Saw them recently. Had Steve here.
Yeah?
Hasn't come out yet. Yeah. Great. Fucking
Incredible drummer.
great band.
Yeah.
Didn't listen to them for the longest time because of the name.
Because of the name. Yeah. Sounds dumb.
It is dumb.
Yeah.
Great band though. All right, okay. Smaller band. This is where you would put a band that you would like to give this opportunity, and you probably make them work for you to do something.
Invent Animate. They need to play a festival. They need to
Yeah.
get on the big stages. Even though it's House of Blues Chicago, but in front of a banging crowd, they're going to win so many people over.
I don't think I've ever even checked them out.
So we didn't because
I think because of the fucking name.
And then
I'm a name guy.
the name, the Gent World, I never got into.
Yeah.
But touring with them back to back in the States.
What do they sound like? I should know. What's the vibe?
They're almost
I don't wanna
humanity's
say it
last
is Gent.
breath, but with some plotting you.
So it's like
Singing.
heavy.
Some parts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're in the gent world, I would say, but more catchy.
Yeah, they can be as heavy as humanity's last breath.
Yeah.
But now they're getting produced by Landon, plotting you. Incredible singer,
Yeah,
incredible riffs.
The last album they put out, very good.
Very good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the after party? It was a Dream Alpha Wolf after party. Now, before you say, "Oh, we're saving money, so no pingers," like,
I've never had a pinger.
you've got
So
a
I'm
day
saving
off.
money already.
You've got a day off after it, so don't worry about what's going
Or
on.
maybe 3 bottles on the rider.
All bands pool party.
Ooh.
Pool party. If
Pool
it's
Some
party.
freestyle motocross going
as long
off
as it's
next
not
to it.
as long as it's not fucking winter in Chicago.
Are you actually into freestyle motocross, or is
See,
it just a Supreme Fox?
No, I've told some
collab?
people that when I was a kid growing up, I wanted to be in Green Day or I wanted to be backflipping motorbikes.
Nice.
I never took up motorbikes
Never even tried.
and I picked up a guitar and I just
So you're on your way. You're on your way to Green Day.
Yeah, so I can't ride a motorbike to save my life, but I think it's all sick as fuck.
Right. Cool.
So I can dress like it.
Plus, Krusty Demons
it.
was massive in
Krusty
Australia.
Demons was massive.
That shit
Metal
was
Militia,
huge.
all of
Metal
that.
Militia.
Yeah, cool music, but I chose the guitar path.
And then one day you might be in Green Day.
Yeah, bring it on.
Nice. What's the, maybe 3 bottles on the rider? What is on the rider? What's your drink on the rider? Drink of choice.
Jameson at the moment.
Always Jameson. Everyone's always Jameson.
It's because of Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Great
Ruined
band.
us. Yeah.
Great band.
Very good band. Actually, yeah, they made you
drummers,
break Edge.
Drummers absolutely fucking
Gaku,
mental.
dude. What a freak.
It's so insane.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. 3 bottles of JMO. Slipknot, Limp Bizkit,
Backflipping
Metallica,
motorbikes into a
backflipping
pool.
motorbikes
Yeah.
into a pool party. Socks are off. Yeah, that's it. Nice. I'm done. If you want to go get some
That's
food.
it. That's it.
Thanks for coming.
Drummers, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You got anything you need to plug? By the time this comes out, that other tour might come out,
Yep.
and I'll plug
Yeah.
it at the beginning.
Yeah.
It'll already be plugged. You'd already know about it.
Yeah, I think it gets announced in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely then.
Yeah.
Okay, we should have talked about that. Doesn't matter. Goodbye, everyone.
Woo woo.